Welcome, dear friends, to a gentle journey through 140 fascinating facts about the legend of Zelda, a beloved series that has touched the hearts of millions, spanning decades and generations with its timeless adventures. From the first humble steps in Hyrule to the breathtaking realms of distant lands, the legend of Zelda has become more than just a game. It's a world filled with heroes, villains, treasures, and legends, all woven together into a tapestry that echoes through the corridors of memory. Tonight, we will drift through the rich lore, the secrets behind its creation, and the enchanting details that make this series a cornerstone of gaming history. Each fact is a whisper, a piece of magic waiting to be discovered as we unwind the story of a game that has shaped so many dreams. Now take a slow, deep breath, and as you exhale, feel the tension of your day gently melt away. Let the quiet calm of the night settle over you, soft and warm like a comforting blanket. Imagine the world of Zelda, where the golden light of the Triforce glows faintly in the distance, and the sounds of Hyrule's winds brush through your thoughts, carrying you further into peace. And if you enjoy drifting through stories like this, you're welcome to subscribe and softly tell me where you're listening from tonight. Now, let us begin our journey where the adventure of the legend of Zelda is waiting to welcome us quietly with open arms. Fact 1: the world of the legend of Zelda first came to life in 1986 when Shigeru Miyamoto and Takashi Tezuka created the beloved game. Inspired by Miyamoto's childhood adventures of exploring forests, caves, and lakes, the game invited players to step into the shoes of Link, a young hero destined to protect the land of Hyrule. From the very first moment, the series has captivated players with its sense of discovery, sparking imaginations to embark on journeys full of mystery and magic. Fact 2: in the original The Legend of Zelda, players could save their progress, a feature that was rare at the time. This innovation, which allowed players to return to their adventures without starting over, was a game changer for the industry. This feature made Zelda a more immersive experience, letting players feel a sense of continuity in their quests. It also marked the beginning of many innovations the series would later become famous for. Fact 3: the iconic theme music of The Legend of Zelda, composed by Koji Kondo, is one of the most recognizable pieces of video game music ever created. Its soaring melody captures the adventurous spirit of the series, with the main theme evoking a sense of wonder and exploration. Even without the visuals, the music transports players into the vast, magical world of Hyrule, a place where every corner hides a story waiting to be uncovered. Fact 4: the Triforce, one of the most important symbols in the Legend of Zelda, represents the balance of three essential forces: power, wisdom, and courage. These three components are embodied by the characters of Ganondorf, Princess Zelda, and Link. Each character's story is influenced by their connection to one of these forces, and the Triforce's presence in the series serves as a reminder of the delicate balance that must be maintained between them. Fact 5: Link, the hero of The Legend of Zelda, has had many different appearances throughout the years. However, his signature green tunic and hat have become his most iconic look. The original design was simple, meant to make Link blend in with the natural world around him, reflecting his role as a humble hero. Over time, the design has evolved, but the green tunic has remained a constant symbol of Link's connection to the land and its history. Fact 6: The name Zelda is derived from the wife of American author F. Scott Fitzgerald, Zelda Sayer Fitzgerald. Shigeru Miyamoto chose this name for Princess Zelda as a way to reflect her regal yet gentle nature. The character of Princess Zelda has since become a symbol of wisdom, strength, and grace in the Zelda universe, often playing a key role in guiding Link and helping him on his quest to save Hyrule. Fact 7. The concept of the Legend of Zelda was inspired by Miyamoto's childhood experiences of exploring the forests and caves around his home in Japan. His early adventures shaped his idea of a game where players could roam freely, solving puzzles and uncovering hidden treasures. The sense of exploration in Zelda is a reflection of the curiosity and wonder Miyamoto felt as a child, encouraging players to wander and discover at their own pace. Fact 8. The first Zelda game was released for the Nintendo Entertainment System, NES, a console that revolutionized the gaming industry. At the time, most games were linear, but The Legend of Zelda introduced an open world design, allowing players to explore Hyrule at their own pace. This innovation not only set Zelda apart from other games of the era, but also laid the groundwork for the future of open world gaming. Fact 9. Link's iconic sword, the Master Sword, is often referred to as the Sword of Evil's Bane. In many Zelda games, this legendary blade is the key to defeating the evil forces threatening Hyrule. The sword is said to be imbued with great power, only able to be wielded by a hero of true courage. Its mystic aura and significance in the lore of the series have made it one of the most cherished and recognizable weapons in gaming history. Fact 10. The Zelda series is known for its deep and intricate lore. Throughout the games, various timelines and alternate realities unfold, creating a complex web of interconnected stories. This timeline has sparked much debate among fans who have speculated on the meaning behind each title's events and how they all tie together. Despite the complexity, the lore serves as the backbone of the series, creating a world that feels alive with history, myth, and mystery. Fact 11. In the set's Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time, the game introduced the concept of time travel, allowing Link to move between his childhood and adult forms. This was not only a narrative device, but also a gameplay mechanic, giving players the ability to access different abilities and explore the world from two different perspectives. This use of time has become one of the defining elements of the series, adding depth and complexity to the world of Hyrule. Fact 12. The character of Link was originally intended to be more of a traditional hero figure, but as the game's development progressed, the creators gave him a more relatable personality. Link's silence, often seen as a sign of his role as the player's avatar, allows players to project themselves onto him. His courage, determination, and humility have made him one of the most beloved video game protagonists, embodying the archetype of the hero who rises to face adversity. Fact 13. In the Zelda series, the presence of fairies is a recurring theme. These mystical creatures, often depicted as small and delicate, provide healing and guidance to Link throughout his journey. The fairies are symbolic of the natural world's beauty and its mysterious magical forces. Their presence, often hidden in the corners of Hyrule, offers a sense of comfort and protection, gently reminding players that even in the darkest moments, there is always a flicker of light. Fact 14. The Legend of Zelda franchise has introduced many memorable villains, but none are as iconic as Ganondorf. A powerful sorcerer and the primary antagonist In many Zelda games, Ganondorf seeks to claim the Triforce and plunge Hyrule into darkness. Despite his menacing demeanor, his motivations are often driven by a deep sense of desperation and ambition, making him a tragic character in his own right. His presence in the series is a reminder of the fine line between heroism and villainy. Fact 15. The Zelda series is renowned for its intricate puzzle designs. From the earliest games to the most recent, players have been challenged to solve puzzles that require both logic and creativity. These puzzles often involve manipulating the environment, discovering hidden pathways, and using items in clever ways. The sense of accomplishment that comes with solving these puzzles adds to the magic of the series, as players feel like they are uncovering the secrets of Hyrule piece by piece. Fact 16. In The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, the series took a bold step into the realm of open world gaming. The game allows players to explore Hyrule freely, discovering new locations, solving puzzles, and encountering enemies at their own pace. This departure from the traditional, more linear structure of previous Zelda games brought a fresh sense of freedom and adventure. The world of Hyrule feels vast and alive, inviting players to lose themselves in its beauty and mystery. Fact 17. Link's iconic shield, often depicted with the emblem of the Hylian crest, represents the strength and courage of the hero. In many games, the shield serves as a protective tool, blocking attacks and reflecting energy back at the enemies. The shield is not just a piece of equipment, it is a symbol of Link's enduring resolve and his commitment to defending the land of Hyrule. Its presence on Link's back serves as a constant reminder of his duty. Fact 18. The character of Princess Zelda has undergone many transformations throughout the series. In some games, she is a wise ruler, guiding Link with her knowledge and insight. In others, she takes on a more active role, fighting alongside Link to save Hyrule. Zelda's duality, both a princess and a warrior, symbolizes the balance between wisdom and power, reflecting the ideals of the Triforce and the strength of Hyrule's royal lineage. Fact 19. The ocarina, a magical musical instrument, plays a crucial role in Ocarina of Time. Link uses the ocarina to travel through time, summon rain, and even manipulate the flow of time itself. The use of music as a gameplay mechanic is one of the series' most unique features, and the ocarina's hauntingly beautiful melodies have become synonymous with the Zelda franchise. The instrument serves as a symbol of harmony, connecting the player to the world in a way that words alone cannot. Fact 20. The Zelda series has always placed a strong emphasis on the natural world. From the lush forests of Ocarina of Time to the vast open fields of Breath of the Wild, the games invite players to explore environments that feel alive with energy and wonder. The beauty of the landscapes, the sounds of flowing rivers and rustling leaves, and the vibrant colors of the world all work together to create an immersive experience, grounding players in the feeling of being part of something much larger than themselves. Fact 21. The Zelda series is known for its use of hidden secrets and Easter eggs, encouraging players to explore every nook and cranny of Hyrule. These secrets often take the form of hidden caves, secret items, or even special characters who offer wisdom and assistance. Discovering these hidden gems is one of the most rewarding experiences in the game, creating a sense of wonder and discovery that feels like finding forgotten treasures in an ancient world, just waiting to be uncovered. Fact 22. In The Legend of Zelda, A Link to the Past, the concept of the Dark World was introduced. This parallel dimension serves as a darker reflection of the main world, with twisted versions of familiar places and enemies. The Dark World's eerie atmosphere and its stark contrast to the vibrant light of the regular world added a layer of mystery and foreboding to the game. The duality between light and dark, good and evil, became a central theme in the series. Fact 23. The recurring item of the boomerang is a favorite among Zelda fans. This simple yet effective tool allows Link to hit enemies from a distance and retrieve items from hard to reach places. The boomerang's graceful flight and satisfying return symbolize the cyclical nature of many of the series' themes. What is thrown out will eventually come back, just as Link's journey of courage and self discovery circles back to his duty to Hyrule time and time again. Fact 24. The Zelda series has explored many different art styles throughout its history. The Legend of Zelda. The Wind Waker is particularly known for its cel shaded graphics, which give the game a cartoonish yet timeless quality. This departure from the more realistic art styles of previous games was initially met with mixed reactions, but over time, it became one of the most beloved aspects of the game, with its vibrant, colorful world and charming, expressive characters. Fact 25. The music in The Legend of Zelda is more than just a soundtrack, it is an integral part of the storytelling. In many games, the music shifts to reflect the mood of the environment, whether it's the tranquil melodies of the forests or the foreboding tones of dungeons. The use of music as a way to communicate emotion and atmosphere enhances the player's immersion, allowing them to feel the pulse of Hyrule with every note. Fact 26. In The Legend of Zelda, Majora's Mask, the looming presence of the moon, is a constant reminder of the impending doom. The game's unique time-based mechanics force Link to relive the same 3 days over and over, trying to change the course of fate before the moon crashes into the world. This time, Loop creates an atmosphere of both urgency and melancholy, as players are tasked with confronting the passage of time and the inevitability of change. Fact 27. The Zelda games often feature a series of unique and memorable side characters who enrich the world of Hyrule. From the mischievous Tingle to the wise Rauru, these characters bring personality and charm to the game. They serve as companions and guides, offering hints, items, and wisdom. Their presence helps build the sense that Hyrule is not just a world to be explored, but a place populated by vibrant individuals with their own stories and desires. Fact 28. The Zelda series is known for its challenging but fair gameplay. The puzzles, enemies, and bosses require both skill and patience, but they never feel insurmountable. This balance is one of the key reasons why the series has remained so beloved for decades. The sense of satisfaction that comes from overcoming a difficult challenge is a central part of the Zelda experience, creating a bond between the player and the game's world. Fact 29. In The Legend of Zelda, Skyward Sword, the concept of the Master Sword was explored in a new way. This game delves into the origins of the legendary sword, revealing its creation and the connection it shares with Link's fate. The story of the Master Sword's creation adds depth to the lore of the Zelda universe, showing that even the most iconic objects have a history that is tied to the land and its people. Fact 30. The Legend of Zelda series often explores themes of destiny and fate, particularly through the character of Link. Though Link is often portrayed as an ordinary person who is called to become a hero, his journey reflects the idea that everyone has a role to play in the world, and that destiny is shaped by the choices we make. Link's courage and resilience inspire players to believe in their own potential, reinforcing the message that greatness can arise from even the humblest beginnings. Fact 31. In The Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time, Link's horse, Epona, became an iconic companion, offering players the freedom to traverse Hyrule's vast landscapes more quickly. Epona's loyalty and speed made her a symbol of Link's bond with the world around him, and her distinct whinnying and graceful gallop remain one of the most memorable sounds in the series. The bond between Link and Epona serves as a reminder of the importance of companionship on long journeys. Fact 32. The Zelda series often uses nature as a backdrop to its storytelling. From the serene lakes and meadows to the eerie, dark forests, the environments are rich with life and atmosphere. In Breath of the Wild, the expansive open world offers the opportunity to interact with nature in a deeper way, climbing mountains, gliding through the skies, and swimming through rivers. The natural world is not just a setting, but a central character that helps to shape the player's experience. Fact 33. The character of Ganon, or Ganondorf in his human form, is often portrayed as the primary antagonist in Zelda. His desire for the power of the Triforce leads him to wage war on Hyrule, threatening the peaceful land. His dark ambitions are often fueled by his sense of injustice and desire for control. However, Ganondorf's complex character is more than just an evil villain. His tragic backstory, motivations, and eventual downfall offer players a glimpse into the costs of unchecked power. Fact 34. The Zelda series is known for its cryptic and poetic dialogue, with many characters offering wisdom that feels timeless. The presence of sages, wise elders, and mysterious figures throughout the games often echoes ancient myths and folklore. These lines of dialogue, delivered in a soft, thoughtful manner, create a sense of history within the world of Hyrule, as though the events unfolding are part of a much larger, ongoing story. Fact 35. The Zelda games are filled with a sense of exploration and discovery, encouraging players to uncover hidden locations and secret treasures. In Link's Awakening, players can explore a mysterious island filled with strange characters and surreal landscapes, creating an atmosphere of wonder and curiosity. The game's dreamlike world, filled with bizarre creatures and cryptic symbols, encourages players to think beyond the ordinary and embrace the unknown with a sense of awe. Fact 36. The character of Princess Zelda has been portrayed in many different ways over the years. In The Legend of Zelda, Twilight Princess, Zelda is a strong and capable ruler, taking on a more active role in the fight against evil. In Breath of the Wild, she is a scientist dedicated to uncovering the secrets of the ancient technology that threatens Hyrule. These different portrayals show the versatility of the character, as well as the depth of her relationship with Link and the world she seeks to protect. Fact 37. The Zelda series is famous for its rich visual design, which often draws on a blend of medieval, fantasy, and nature-inspired aesthetics. From the stone castles and towering mountains to the lush green fields and winding rivers, the landscapes of Hyrule feel like living works of art. This attention to detail in both the design of the world and its characters creates an immersive experience, inviting players to lose themselves in a world that feels both fantastical and familiar. Fact 38. The Zelda series has often pushed the boundaries of video game technology, introducing new gameplay mechanics and visual styles. In The Legend of Zelda, The Wind Waker, the cel-shaded art style was a bold departure from the more realistic graphics of previous entries, offering a vibrant, cartoonish aesthetic. This style, while initially divisive, became beloved by fans for its timeless quality and the way it captured the playful spirit of the game. Fact 39. One of the recurring themes in the Zelda series is the passage of time. In games like Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, time plays a central role in the narrative, whether it's through time travel, the ticking countdown to a world ending event, or the cyclical nature of life and death. The manipulation of time in these games highlights the fragile nature of existence and the constant movement of past, present, and future. Fact 40. In The Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild, the character of Link is given a more open-ended journey than ever before. Players are free to explore the world of Hyrule at their own pace, solving puzzles, battling enemies, and discovering hidden locations without being bound by a linear path. This freedom to roam and experience the world on one's own terms offers a sense of peace and tranquility, inviting players to engage with the world as they see fit. Fact 41. In The Legend of Zelda, A Link to the Past, the introduction of the Master Sword forever changed the significance of legendary weapons in video games. This sacred sword, only wielded by the hero of legend, symbolizes courage, hope, and the eternal struggle between good and evil. Its powerful glow and ability to defeat evil make it a central element of Link's journey, giving players a sense of connection to the land and its storied history, as though they too are part of something larger than themselves. Fact 42. The Zelda series features many memorable sound effects, each one enhancing the atmosphere of the games. The sound of the boomerang slicing through the air or the satisfying ding of discovering a hidden chest are just a few examples of the series' immersive sound design. These sound effects, while subtle, create a comforting rhythm throughout the games, grounding the player in the world and adding a layer of warmth and familiarity to the experience. Fact 43. Link's green tunic and cap, often seen as his trademark attire, symbolize his connection to the land of Hyrule and its people. The color green, often associated with nature, reflects Link's role as a protector of the world. Over the years, his outfit has evolved, but the green tunic has remained a constant symbol of his courage and readiness to defend the land, even in the face of overwhelming darkness. Fact 44. The Zelda series is known for its epic battles, but what makes these encounters special is the emotional weight behind them. Each boss fight is not just a test of skill, but also a battle of wills. Whether it's facing off against the evil Ganon or the ominous dark creatures of the Twilight Princess, these battles often represent the ultimate confrontation between light and dark, hope and despair. Defeating these powerful enemies is not just about victory, but about preserving the soul of Hyrule. Fact 45. The creation of the Zelda series was influenced by Shigeru Miyamoto's childhood experiences in the Japanese countryside. Miyamoto spent his childhood exploring forests, caves, and fields, where he would often create his own imaginary worlds. This sense of exploration and discovery became a central theme in The Legend of Zelda, as players are encouraged to venture into the unknown, solving puzzles and uncovering hidden secrets in a vast and mysterious world. Fact 46. In The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, the open world design allows players to experience the freedom of exploration in a way that feels natural and unforced. From climbing mountains to gliding through the skies, the game gives players the tools to explore at their own pace. This freedom encourages a deeper connection to the world, where every decision, whether to explore a forest or scale a tower, feels like a meaningful choice, contributing to the sense of peace and wonder in the game. Fact 47. The presence of the moon in Majora's Mask is one of the most haunting and memorable aspects of the game. As the moon draws ever closer to the world, players must race against time to prevent its catastrophic descent. This time based mechanic creates a sense of urgency, while also highlighting the passage of time and the inevitable approach of fate. The moon's looming presence reminds players of the fragility of existence and the importance of making every moment count. Fact 48. The Zelda series has always placed a strong emphasis on the themes of memory and legacy. In Ocarina of Time, the passing of time and the idea of remembering the past plays a key role in Link's journey. The game's use of music, particularly the ocarina, allows Link to revisit past moments, shifting between childhood and adulthood. These transitions are not just physical, but emotional, reminding players of the power of memory and how it shapes our understanding of the present. Fact 49. The recurring motif of light and dark in The Legend of Zelda is central to the series' themes. The duality between the light and dark worlds, as seen in games like A Link to the Past and Twilight Princess, represents the constant balance between opposing forces. These contrasts are not just physical, but symbolic, as they explore the relationship between hope and despair, life and death, good and evil. The series often reminds players that balance is necessary for harmony to be maintained. Fact 50. The Zelda series is known for its rich lores and mythology, which have been carefully crafted over the years. Each game introduces new characters, locations, and events, all contributing to the overall story of Hyrule. The continuity of the series creates a sense of depth and history, making the world of Zelda feel alive and rich, with stories waiting to be discovered. This ever expanding universe has allowed the series to endure, with each new entry adding to the legacy of the games that came before it. Fact 51. The character of Link has undergone various transformations throughout the series, yet his core traits remain the same. He is often depicted as a quiet, determined hero who rises to face the challenges ahead. His silence, though not a flaw, invites players to project their own emotions and thoughts onto him, making him a deeply personal figure. Link's enduring courage, humility, and loyalty to Hyrule make him a timeless character, someone who remains ever steadfast in the face of adversity. Fact 52. In The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker, the art style marked a departure from previous titles with its cel-shaded graphics. This shift was initially met with mixed reactions, but over time, it became one of the game's most beloved features. The vibrant, cartoonish world of Wind Waker feels like a living painting, with its colorful landscapes and expressive characters bringing the world of Hyrule to life in a way that feels timeless and full of heart. Fact 53. The Zelda series features a unique blend of exploration, puzzle solving, and combat, creating an experience that feels both relaxing and thrilling. The games invite players to explore vast open worlds, from lush forests to icy mountains, each filled with puzzles that require both logic and creativity to solve. These puzzles, often tied to the environment or the items Link acquires, challenge players to think in new ways, creating a sense of achievement and wonder when they are solved. Fact 54. In The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess, the introduction of the Wolf Link form added a new layer of gameplay and story. In this form, Link can explore the world through different senses, such as heightened hearing and tracking. This form also serves as a symbol of Link's connection to the animal world and his role as both a human hero and a protector of nature. The wolf form is a reminder of the primal instincts that drive him to protect Hyrule. Fact 55. The sound design in The Legend of Zelda is integral to the overall experience, with each sound helping to immerse players in the world of Hyrule. Whether it's the sound of footsteps echoing in a dark dungeon or the soft rustle of leaves in the forest, the game's ambient sounds help to create a deep sense of place. The music, composed by Koji Kondo, weaves through the game like a gentle thread, guiding players through each moment with its evocative melodies. Fact 56. The Zelda series is filled with memorable and powerful items, from the boomerang to the hookshot. One of the most iconic is the bomb, a tool that allows Link to blow open doors, defeat enemies, and solve puzzles. The explosive power of the bomb is both a symbol of destruction and a reminder of the courage it takes to confront danger. Its use in Zelda games often requires careful timing and thought, adding a layer of strategy to the gameplay. Fact 57. Princess Zelda's role in the series is often one of wisdom and guidance, but in games like The Legend of Zelda, Spirit Tracks, she also plays an active role in the adventure. In Spirit Tracks, Zelda appears as a ghostly companion who assists Link in various ways, offering both advice and magical powers. This shift in her role highlights the versatility of her character, as she is not just a damsel in distress, but a powerful ally in her own right. Fact 58. The Legend of Zelda series has inspired a dedicated fan base, many of whom celebrate the games through fan art, fan fiction, and even musical covers. The franchise's deep lore, emotional storytelling, and beautiful music have created a community of passionate fans who feel connected not only to the games, but to each other. The sense of belonging and shared love for Zelda helps to make the experience even more meaningful as players bond over their adventures in Hyrule. Fact 59. The Zelda series is often praised for its unique ability to blend action, exploration, and storytelling. In games like Ocarina of Time, the narrative unfolds alongside gameplay, with each dungeon and puzzle helping to reveal a piece of the larger story. This seamless integration of narrative and mechanics allows players to become fully immersed in the world, where every decision and action feels meaningful. It's a storytelling approach that has influenced countless games since. Fact 60. The Zelda games are filled with symbolic imagery, with many of the series' items and locations representing themes of light, dark, and balance. The Triforce itself is the most prominent symbol, embodying the unity of power, wisdom, and courage. Other recurring elements, such as the Master Sword, often represent the eternal battle between good and evil, highlighting the cyclical nature of time and the struggles faced by Link and the people of Hyrule. These symbols create a deeper connection to the world of Zelda, where meaning lies in every corner. Fact 61. In The Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time, the ocarina serves as more than just a musical instrument. It's a powerful tool that allows Link to manipulate time and summon the elements. The ocarina's songs, learned throughout the game, are keys to unlocking hidden paths, solving puzzles, and even changing the flow of time. The haunting melody of the Song of Time remains one of the most iconic pieces of music in the series, a symbol of Link's connection to the world and his role in shaping its fate. Fact 62. The Zelda series often plays with the theme of light versus dark, creating worlds where both elements coexist in delicate harmony. In Twilight Princess, the Twilight Realm introduces a dark, shadowy world that contrasts with the light filled beauty of Hyrule. The interplay between these realms is not only a visual delight, but also a thematic exploration of duality, showing that even in the most beautiful places, shadows must exist to balance the light. It's a reminder that both sides of existence are necessary for the world's balance. Fact 63. In The Legend of Zelda, Skyward Sword, the origins of the Master Sword are explored, revealing its creation and Link's first encounter with the legendary weapon. The Master Sword, often seen as the ultimate symbol of courage, was forged to combat evil in its purest form. In this game, players witness the forging of the sword, creating a deeper connection to its legendary status. The sword's significance, both to Link and to the world, transcends its use as a weapon. It represents hope, courage, and the eternal battle between light and dark. Fact 64. The Zelda series features a wide range of mystical creatures, many of whom serve as guides or guardians. One of the most iconic creatures is the fairy, often seen flying around Link or providing healing. Fairies in Zelda games are gentle and benevolent beings that represent life, growth, and protection. They are often found in hidden locations, symbolizing the need for players to seek out wisdom and aid in unexpected places, reinforcing the theme that help is always available when you take the time to search for it. Fact 65. In The Legend of Zelda, Majora's Mask, the game's time-based mechanics create a sense of urgency as Link attempts to stop the moon from crashing into the world. The player must relive the same 3 days over and over, trying to change the outcome of impending doom. This unique time loop structure invites players to reflect on the passage of time, the inevitability of change, and the choices that define our fate. The game's darker tone adds an element of melancholy, reminding players of the fleeting nature of each moment. Fact 66. In The Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild, the open world environment offers an unprecedented level of freedom for exploration. Players can climb mountains, swim across rivers, or simply walk through the vast fields of Hyrule, discovering new landscapes and secrets along the way. The world is alive with dynamic weather, shifting seasons, and diverse wildlife, creating a living, breathing environment. This sense of immersion allows players to feel truly connected to the world, as though they are experiencing it for the first time, with each adventure unfolding at their own pace. Fact 67. The inclusion of the iconic fairy companion Navi in Ocarina of Time marked a new direction for the series. Navi serves as a helpful guide, offering hints and advice to Link throughout his journey. Her constant reminders, though often considered annoying by some, are a reminder of the importance of guidance and reflection. Navi's high-pitched voice and her role in helping Link navigate his quests have become a beloved, albeit controversial, aspect of the Zelda experience, symbolizing both the presence of wisdom and the challenge of finding one's own path. Fact 68. In The Legend of Zelda, Link's Awakening, Link's journey takes place on the mysterious Koholint Island, where he must collect the 8 instruments of the sirens to awaken the windfish. The surreal and dreamlike quality of the game is reflected in its unusual setting, where familiar Zelda characters appear in strange forms and reality itself seems malleable. The game's narrative explores themes of dreams and reality, with the island's mysteries only unfolding once the player accepts that what seems real may be an illusion. Fact 69. The Zelda series is renowned for its deep and often emotional storytelling. While many games in the franchise focus on grand battles and epic quests, the underlying themes of friendship, sacrifice, and self discovery resonate deeply with players. In The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker, the relationship between Link and his sister Arl plays a crucial role in motivating his journey. This personal connection underscores the importance of love and loyalty in the face of adversity, reminding players that the bonds we form shape who we become. Fact 70. The Zelda series is rich with mythical creatures, from the noble Hylian knights to the dark and sinister creatures that inhabit Hyrule's shadows. One of the most memorable enemies is the Re-Dead, a horrifying zombie-like creature that freezes Link in place with its chilling scream. The presence of such creatures adds an element of tension and danger to the world, making Link's journey feel ever more perilous. Yet even in the face of fearsome foes, Link's courage and determination allow him to overcome whatever challenges lie ahead. Fact 71. In The Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time, Link's transformation into an adult is one of the most profound moments in the series. By traveling through time, Link not only grows physically, but also emotionally, becoming a more mature and capable hero. This transition represents the passage from innocence to experience, a journey that mirrors the growth each player undergoes as they explore Hyrule's challenges and mysteries. It's a poignant reminder that change is inevitable, but it often leads to deeper understanding and new strengths. Fact 72. In The Legend of Zelda, A Link to the Past, the game introduced the concept of parallel worlds, with the light and dark worlds serving as mirrors of one another. This duality became a recurring theme in the series, as the contrast between light and dark symbolizes the balance of good and evil. The manipulation of these two worlds often requires Link to use his wits and skills in creative ways, highlighting the interconnectedness of everything within the Zelda universe and the delicate balance that must be maintained. Fact 73. The character of Tingle, introduced in Majora's Mask, quickly became one of the most memorable and peculiar figures in the Zelda series. Dressed in a green tunic and red tights, Tingle is a mapmaker who believes he is a fairy. His eccentric personality and odd behavior have made him a beloved, if quirky, character in the Zelda world. Despite his strange appearance, Tingle's role is important, providing players with maps and guidance on their journey, making him an endearing figure in the Zelda universe. Fact 74. In The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker, the introduction of sailing as a primary mode of transportation was a significant shift in the gameplay style. Instead of simply traveling on foot or horseback, Link sails across a vast open sea, exploring a world filled with islands, mysteries, and treasures. The experience of sailing across the ocean with the wind gently guiding Link's boat, creates a soothing rhythm that mirrors the peaceful, reflective moments in the game, reminding players to appreciate the journey itself, not just the destination. Fact 75. The Zelda series is known for its intricate dungeon designs, each one offering a unique challenge to players. In games like Ocarina of Time and Twilight Princess, the dungeons often have specific themes: forest, fire, water, that tie into the environment and the story. These environments are carefully crafted to evoke a sense of wonder and discovery as players solve puzzles and face enemies, all while uncovering hidden secrets. The dungeons serve as a metaphor for the challenges we face in life, reminding us that growth often comes through overcoming adversity. Fact 76. In The Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild, the dynamic weather system adds an additional layer of immersion to the game. Players must adapt to changing conditions, whether it's a sudden thunderstorm that forces them to take shelter or the scorching heat of the desert that requires special gear. The weather not only affects gameplay, but also enhances the feeling that the world of Hyrule is alive, constantly shifting and changing in response to the environment, creating a more natural and responsive world for players to explore. Fact 77. The Zelda series features several key characters who are imbued with magical abilities, such as the wise and powerful sages. These characters often serve as mentors, guiding Link on his journey by providing him with vital information or magical powers. The role of the sages is a reminder that true strength doesn't always come from physical power, but from wisdom, understanding, and the ability to see beyond what is immediately in front of us, reminding Link and players that knowledge is just as important as courage. Fact 78. The Zelda series often explores the themes of reincarnation and fate. In Ocarina of Time, Link's journey is marked by his repeated confrontations with dark forces, all while being guided by the spiritual powers of the Triforce. The cyclical nature of Link's adventures reflects the idea that fate is not a linear path, but a continuous cycle. Link's repeated role as the hero of Hyrule highlights the belief that each generation must rise to face its own trials, passing the torch from one hero to the next. Fact 79. In The Legend of Zelda, Twilight Princess, the introduction of the Twilight Realm provided a new and mysterious aspect to the Zelda universe. The shadowy, otherworldly dimension introduced a darker, more atmospheric tone to the game, and Link's ability to transform into a wolf allowed players to experience the world from a new, primal perspective. The juxtaposition of light and dark in the Twilight Realm symbolized the battle between good and evil, as well as the struggle for balance within oneself. Fact 80. The Zelda series features a number of recurring items that have become symbols of Link's journey, including the hookshot, bombs, and boomerangs. These tools are not only practical, but they also represent the ever-changing nature of Link's quest. As players progress through the games, they acquire new items that allow them to solve more complex puzzles and defeat tougher enemies. These items symbolize the growth and adaptability of the hero, who is constantly evolving and learning new skills to overcome the challenges ahead. Fact 81. The character of Dark Link, a shadowy and mysterious figure, has become one of the most intriguing enemies in the Zelda series. Often depicted as a darker version of Link, Dark Link represents the internal struggle between light and darkness. His appearances, usually as a mini boss or final challenge, symbolize the hero's confrontation with his own shadow. Dark Link's fights are often a test of Link's skills, as players face a mirror image of their own journey, forcing them to overcome their own limitations and fears. Fact 82. In The Legend of Zelda, The Wind Waker, the vast ocean plays a central role in shaping the game's world. Sailing across the open sea offers a sense of freedom and solitude, with the wind carrying Link toward distant islands and unknown adventures. The sea itself is alive with its own mysteries, from secret treasures hidden beneath the waves to the peaceful serenity of the horizon. The ocean in Wind Waker serves as a reminder of the vastness of the world, where each journey is filled with possibilities yet to be discovered. Fact 83. The game Zelda. Ocarina of Time was groundbreaking in its use of 3D graphics, bringing the world of Hyrule to life in a way that was unprecedented at the time. This shift from 2D to 3D allowed players to experience the environment in a more immersive way, from climbing cliffs to exploring dungeons from multiple angles. The move to 3D helped to elevate the Zelda series to new heights, setting the standard for many games that followed in terms of world building, exploration, and interactivity. Fact 84. In The Legend of Zelda, Majora's Mask, the moon plays a significant role, both as a looming threat and a symbol of impending doom. As the player progresses through the game, the moon's menacing presence reminds Link and players of the passage of time and the inevitable approach of catastrophe. The game's time based mechanics, where players must manage the cycles of the moon, create a sense of urgency, reinforcing the themes of fate and the relentless march of time, which are central to the game's emotional depth. Fact 85. In The Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild, the ability to cook and prepare food adds a layer of realism and immersion to the game. Link can gather ingredients from the environment, such as mushrooms, meats, and fruits, and cook them over an open flame to restore health or gain buffs. This feature is a soothing addition to the gameplay, offering players moments of calm as they prepare meals in the wilderness, reflecting the peaceful moments in life that sustain us during our most challenging journeys. Fact 86. The Zelda series has consistently explored themes of destiny and the hero's journey. Link, the eternal hero, is often called upon to fulfill a prophecy or to save Hyrule from evil. Yet his path is never easy, and the challenges he faces are often steeped in personal sacrifice. These themes of fate and destiny resonate deeply with players who find themselves questioning their own roles in the world and their potential for greatness. Link's journey reminds us all that we each have a purpose, even if it takes time to discover it. Fact 87. The Zelda series has a unique way of blending various mythologies and cultural influences into its storytelling. The Triforce, the Master Sword, and many of the game's creatures and characters are all inspired by elements of real-world myths, from ancient gods to fairy tales. This blending of mythology and fantasy creates a world that feels both familiar and entirely new, drawing on the collective imagination of many cultures while creating a cohesive narrative that is uniquely Zelda. Fact 88. The character of Princess Zelda has been portrayed in a variety of ways throughout the Zelda series, each time revealing a different aspect of her strength and character. In The Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time, Zelda is a wise ruler who helps Link from behind the scenes, guiding him through her alter ego as Sheik. In Breath of the Wild, she is a scientist dedicated to uncovering the mysteries of the ancient technology that threatens her world. Zelda's versatility highlights her importance not only as a princess, but as a key figure in Hyrule's destiny. Fact 89. In The Legend of Zelda, Link's Awakening, the game's surreal and dreamlike world challenges players to discern what is real and what is an illusion. Link's journey through the mysterious Koholint Island, where the laws of reality seem to bend and shift, presents a world filled with strange characters and unexpected twists. This dreamlike atmosphere explores themes of memory, identity, and the fragility of existence, inviting players to reflect on the nature of their own dreams and the fleeting nature of reality itself. Fact 90. In The Legend of Zelda, A Link to the Past, players are introduced to the concept of duality through the light and dark worlds, where the same locations are transformed into twisted versions of themselves. This use of parallel worlds emphasizes the theme of balance, how every light has its shadow, and every action has its consequence. The contrast between the two worlds serves as a reminder that even in moments of peace, darkness is never far behind, and that harmony comes from understanding and embracing both sides of existence. Fact 91. In The Legend of Zelda, Skyward Sword, the concept of the goddess Hylia plays a central role in the lore of the series. Hylia is a divine figure, believed to have watched over Hyrule, protecting it from evil forces. Her role in the story ties into the origins of the Master Sword and the eternal struggle between good and evil. The game explores themes of divine intervention and sacrifice, reminding players that even in the face of overwhelming odds, there are greater forces at work guiding the course of history. Fact 92. The use of masks in Majora's Mask is one of the most unique features of the game. Each mask grants Link special powers, and they represent different personas or aspects of life. These masks, often tied to the people of Termina, allow Link to connect with the world in a deeper way. They symbolize the idea that identity is multifaceted and that each of us has different roles to play in the world. The masks reflect the complexity of the human experience, as we all wear different faces in different circumstances. Fact 93. The Zelda series is known for its beautiful, evocative music, with many pieces becoming iconic over time. One of the most beloved tracks is the Song of Storms, first introduced in Ocarina of Time. The song is both haunting and peaceful, evoking feelings of nostalgia and mystery. Its swirling melody has become a symbol of the game's deeper themes, representing the cyclical nature of time and the power of music to transcend time and space, connecting the past, present, and future in a seamless, harmonious way. Fact 94. In The Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild, the game's minimalistic story allows players to uncover the narrative at their own pace. The game's world is filled with ruins, ancient structures, and hidden memories, offering a quiet, contemplative experience. As players explore, they learn about the fall of Hyrule and the ancient heroes who once protected it. This non-linear storytelling approach encourages reflection, allowing players to piece together the past and uncover the mysteries of the world in a way that feels personal and immersive. Fact 95. The Triforce, a central symbol in the Zelda series, is often depicted as a sacred relic that grants immense power, wisdom, and courage. The three pieces of the Triforce represent the balance between these forces, with each piece belonging to one of the main characters: Ganondorf, Zelda, and Link. The pursuit of the Triforce has been a driving force behind many of the series' conflicts, symbolizing the quest for balance in the world, where power must be tempered with wisdom and courage in order to maintain harmony. Fact 96. In The Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time, the introduction of the Z targeting system was a revolutionary gameplay mechanic. This system allowed players to lock onto enemies during combat, providing a smoother and more intuitive experience. It was a significant innovation for the time, allowing for more dynamic battles and giving players better control over Link's movements. Z targeting became a staple in later Zelda games, enhancing the combat experience and making the action feel more fluid and responsive. Fact 97. The Zelda series has a deep connection to the theme of memory, especially in games like Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask. Link's journey often involves revisiting past events and confronting lost memories. In Ocarina of Time, Link's use of the ocarina to travel through time represents the cyclical nature of memory, how the past continuously shapes the present. In Majora's Mask, the passage of time and the repeating 3-day cycle also evoke the feeling of trying to change the past, exploring the impact of memories on the course of one's destiny. Fact 98. The character of Impa, a recurring figure in the Zelda series, serves as a protector and guide to Princess Zelda. Often depicted as a fierce warrior and wise mentor, Impa's role is integral to Zelda's safety and the protection of Hyrule. Her loyalty and strength have made her one of the series' most beloved characters. Impa represents the idea of quiet, steadfast support, someone who is always ready to step into the shadows to protect others, working behind the scenes to ensure the safety of those she holds dear. Fact 99. In The Legend of Zelda, Wind Waker, the introduction of the Great Sea provided a vast open world for exploration, unlike anything seen in previous Zelda games. This oceanic setting encouraged players to sail across uncharted waters, uncovering islands and hidden treasures along the way. The vastness of the Great Sea mirrored the theme of exploration and discovery, reminding players of the freedom to explore and the beauty that exists beyond the horizon, waiting to be found. Fact 100. The inclusion of side quests in the Zelda series adds a layer of depth and replayability to the games. These side stories often involve helping NPCs, solving puzzles, or uncovering hidden treasures, providing players with a sense of accomplishment and discovery. In games like Majora's Mask and Breath of the Wild, these quests are woven into the fabric of the world, allowing players to explore at their own pace, deepening their connection to the land and its people, and enhancing the overall experience with rich, rewarding interactions. Fact 101. In The Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild, the exploration of Hyrule's vast world is enhanced by the presence of different biomes. From snowy mountains to arid deserts and lush forests, the environments are as varied as they are beautiful. Each biome has its own unique challenges and rewards, encouraging players to adapt their strategies and discover new secrets. The natural beauty of the world is a reminder that adventure is not just about the destination, but the journey itself, with each new landscape offering fresh experiences and opportunities for discovery. Fact 2. In The Legend of Zelda, A Link to the Past, the game introduced the concept of the Master Sword as the weapon to defeat evil. The sword, imbued with magical power, symbolizes Link's growth as a hero. As he embarks on his quest, Link's destiny is intertwined with the sword, making it not just a tool, but a symbol of his courage and commitment to saving Hyrule. The Master Sword has since become one of the most iconic weapons in video game history, synonymous with heroism and the eternal struggle between good and evil. Fact 103. The Zelda series often explores the idea of fate and prophecy, with many of its characters being chosen by destiny. In Ocarina of Time, Link is the hero of time, foretold to defeat Ganondorf and restore peace to Hyrule. This sense of destiny drives Link's journey, but it also reflects the broader theme that everyone has a role to play in the grand story of the world. Link's actions, guided by fate but shaped by his choices, remind us that while destiny may call, it is our decisions that define us. Fact 104. The Zelda series is filled with magical creatures, many of whom serve as guardians of the land or helpers to Link. One of the most iconic is the fairy, often seen fluttering around Link, healing him or offering advice. Fairies symbolize the natural magic that flows through Hyrule, providing protection and guidance when needed. Their soft glow and gentle presence offer comfort and warmth, reminding players that even in the darkest times, there are forces of good watching over them, ready to lend a helping hand. Fact 105. The Zelda series is known for its strong focus on puzzles and environmental interaction. In games like Ocarina of Time and Twilight Princess, the dungeons are filled with intricate puzzles that require players to think creatively and observe their surroundings. These puzzles often involve manipulating the environment, such as moving blocks, lighting torches, or using items like bombs and the boomerang. Solving these puzzles provides a sense of accomplishment, rewarding players with a deeper connection to the world and its mysteries, as well as the satisfaction of overcoming challenges through clever thinking. Fact 106. In The Legend of Zelda, Majora's Mask, the game's use of time is one of its most distinctive features. Players are given only 3 days to save the world, but the ability to manipulate time through the ocarina adds a layer of strategy to the gameplay. This time-based mechanic emphasizes the fleeting nature of existence and the importance of making the most of each moment. The repetitive cycle of 3 days creates a sense of urgency, yet also allows players to reflect on the choices they make and their impact on the world around them. Fact 107. The Zelda series has often explored the theme of the balance between light and dark, with many of its games featuring parallel worlds or realms. In A Link to the Past, the light and dark worlds are mirror images of each other, each one affecting the other. This duality is present throughout the series, symbolizing the idea that light and darkness are two sides of the same coin. The balance between these forces is what allows the world to function, and it is up to Link to ensure that neither side tips the balance too far. Fact 108. In The Legend of Zelda, Wind Waker, the game's setting takes place on a vast ocean, with Link sailing between islands. The ocean's presence in the game creates a sense of freedom and exploration as players navigate the waters and uncover new islands filled with treasures, secrets, and challenges. The sailing mechanic is soothing and meditative, encouraging players to take their time and enjoy the journey. The sea, with its endless horizon, serves as a metaphor for the boundless possibilities that await those brave enough to set sail and explore the unknown. Fact 109. In The Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild, Link's ability to climb almost any surface is a groundbreaking feature that adds a new layer of freedom to the game. This mechanic encourages exploration, allowing players to scale mountains, cliffs, and towers at their own pace. Climbing not only enhances the sense of adventure, but also gives players a unique perspective on the world, revealing hidden paths, treasure chests, and breathtaking views. It's a simple yet powerful mechanic that emphasizes the game's theme of discovery and the joy of exploring an open world. Fact 110. The Zelda series often portrays the relationship between Link and Princess Zelda as one of mutual respect and understanding. While Zelda is often depicted as a damsel in distress, she is also a wise and capable character in her own right. In Ocarina of Time, she helps Link by providing him with valuable information and disguising herself as Sheik to aid him on his quest. This dynamic partnership shows that true strength lies not just in physical power, but in wisdom, courage, and the ability to work together toward a common goal. Fact 111. In The Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time, the concept of time plays a central role, not just as a game mechanic, but as a thematic exploration. Link's journey spans both his childhood and adulthood, symbolizing the passage of time and the growth that comes with it. The use of the ocarina to travel through time emphasizes the importance of decisions, as the choices Link makes as a child will affect the future of Hyrule. This intertwining of time and destiny mirrors our own lives, where the past continually shapes our present and future. Fact 112. The Zelda series has always featured a deep connection between its characters and the land they inhabit. In Breath of the Wild, the vast open world of Hyrule is filled with natural beauty and hidden wonders, inviting players to explore every corner. The environments are not just backdrops for the story, but integral parts of the narrative, influencing how players interact with the world. From the peaceful forests to the stormy mountains, each area in Hyrule tells a story of its own, reinforcing the idea that the land itself is a character in the tale. Fact 113. The Zelda series often explores the concept of sacrifice, with Link frequently putting others' needs above his own. In Ocarina of Time, Link's journey is marked by his willingness to sacrifice his own happiness and childhood to protect Hyrule. Similarly, Princess Zelda is often shown making sacrifices to ensure the safety of her people, such as her willingness to hide her true identity or fight alongside Link in battle. These sacrifices highlight the themes of duty, selflessness, and the importance of protecting the world we love, even at great personal cost. Fact 114. In The Legend of Zelda, Wind Waker, the world is flooded, and the people of Hyrule have been scattered across various islands. The game's use of water not only adds a new layer of exploration with sailing, but also emphasizes themes of renewal and rebirth. The ocean, vast and endless, represents both the unknown and the promise of new beginnings. It mirrors the protagonist's journey as Link sails into uncharted waters, both literally and metaphorically, seeking to restore balance to a world that has been altered by time and fate. Fact 115. In The Legend of Zelda, Majora's Mask, the recurring theme of masks adds depth to the game's narrative. Each mask represents a different character or aspect of life, with some allowing Link to take on new abilities or roles. The masks symbolize the many faces we wear in our own lives, the roles we play, the identities we adopt, and the ways we present ourselves to the world. They also represent the fragility of life, as the characters in the game are often trapped by their own desires or circumstances, seeking freedom through their masks. Fact 116. The Zelda series has always celebrated the power of music, with many of the games featuring iconic soundtracks. The ocarina, first introduced in Ocarina of Time, is a key part of this musical tradition. Link uses the ocarina to perform songs that manipulate the environment and affect time, making music not only a tool, but a central part of the gameplay. The melodies, with their haunting beauty, are a reminder of how music can transcend time and space, bringing harmony and change to the world around us. Fact 117. In The Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild, the divine beasts are ancient machines that once helped protect Hyrule. These colossal creatures are linked to the land's history and the legacy of the Sheikah, a mysterious tribe that harnessed their power. The divine beasts are symbolic of the technological advancements in Hyrule, representing both the wonders and dangers of harnessing immense power. The quest to free them reflects the idea of reclaiming the past in order to secure a future, as Link works to restore balance to a world ravaged by time. Fact 118. In The Legend of Zelda, Twilight Princess, the introduction of the Twilight Realm introduces a world of shadow and mystery. This parallel world is dark and twisted, contrasting sharply with the vibrant beauty of Hyrule. The Twilight Realm represents the unknown and the hidden parts of existence, where Link must confront both physical and spiritual challenges. The realm serves as a metaphor for the internal struggles we all face, the shadows that lurk within, and the journey to overcome them and emerge into the light. Fact 119. The Zelda series is filled with moments of quiet reflection, often achieved through the use of peaceful environments and ambient sounds. In Ocarina of Time, the peacefulness of places like Kakariko Village and the Lost Woods provide moments of calm in between battles and challenges. These serene moments invite players to pause and take in the beauty of the world around them, creating a contrast to the more intense moments of action and danger. This balance between peace and conflict enhances the emotional depth of the game, making every victory feel more rewarding. Fact 120. The Zelda series has always been about more than just saving the world. It's about the personal growth of its hero. In Ocarina of Time, Link grows from a child into a hero who must face the darkness that threatens his world. In each game, Link's journey is not just a physical one, but an emotional and spiritual one. He learns about courage, friendship, loss, and sacrifice, becoming a stronger person with each challenge he faces. Link's growth mirrors the player's own journey, as both confront the unknown and emerge transformed. Fact 121. The Zelda series is deeply rooted in the concept of heroism, but it also highlights the importance of ordinary people in shaping the world. In many games, Link is often seen as the chosen one, the hero destined to save Hyrule. However, the support of ordinary villagers, townsfolk, and even non-playable characters plays a crucial role in his journey. These unsung heroes show that greatness is not just found in those with extraordinary abilities, but also in the quiet acts of bravery and kindness that ripple through the world. Fact 122. The Zelda series often focuses on the theme of growth and evolution, both in the characters and the world itself. In The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, Link's transformation from a child to an adult mirrors the passage of time and the maturation of his character. The world of Hyrule also changes throughout the games, reflecting the cyclical nature of life, where things are lost but also reborn. This theme encourages players to embrace change and personal growth, finding beauty in both the journey and the destination. Fact 123. In The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask, the game's time loop mechanic creates a unique sense of urgency and reflection. With only 3 days to prevent the moon from crashing into the world, players must use the power of the ocarina to manipulate time. This concept explores themes of the passage of time, inevitability, and the idea of reliving moments to correct mistakes. It serves as a reminder that time is precious and that even in the face of impending doom, there's always an opportunity to change the outcome. Fact 124. The Zelda series frequently touches on the relationship between nature and magic. In games like Ocarina of Time and Breath of the Wild, Link's connection to the natural world is evident, with forests, rivers, and mountains playing key roles in his journey. The spiritual aspects of the game, often represented by the Great Deku Tree, the fairies, and the sacred temples, highlight the deep connection between nature and the mystical forces that govern the world. This bond suggests that the natural world is not just a setting, but an active force in the story. Fact 125. In The Legend of Zelda, The Wind Waker, the art style, with its cel shaded graphics, gives the game a timeless and vibrant look. The game's world, filled with bright colors and expressive characters, feels like a living, breathing cartoon. The visual style may have been a departure from the more realistic designs of previous games, but it has since become beloved for its charm and its ability to capture the spirits of adventure. The art style, with its playful and fantastical elements, invites players to immerse themselves in a world that feels both fresh and familiar. Fact 126. The recurring motif of the Triforce in the Zelda series represents the balance between three essential forces: power, wisdom, and courage. Each piece of the Triforce is associated with a key character in the series: Ganondorf, Zelda, and Link. The Triforce symbolizes the delicate balance that is required to maintain harmony in Hyrule. It also serves as a reminder that no single force, whether power, wisdom, or courage, can stand alone. They must work together to create balance and stability in the world. Fact 127. In The Legend of Zelda, Twilight Princess, the dark, shadowy world of the Twilight Realm, contrasts sharply with the bright and colorful Hyrule. The game's exploration of light and darkness adds a layer of depth to the narrative, as Link must navigate both realms and bring balance to the world. The Twilight Realm serves as a metaphor for the hidden or suppressed parts of the soul, where light and dark must coexist. The game encourages players to reflect on the duality of existence and the balance required for personal growth and healing. Fact 128. In The Legend of Zelda, Link's Awakening, the surreal, dreamlike world of Koholint Island plays a central role in the game's emotional impact. Link's quest to awaken the Windfish, the island's guardian, is filled with strange and whimsical characters, creating an atmosphere of mystery and wonder. The game explores themes of reality versus illusion, with the island's fate tied to Link's ability to awaken the Windfish. This dreamlike quality invites players to consider the nature of their own dreams and the fleeting, sometimes illusory nature of existence. Fact 129. The Zelda series often emphasizes the power of music, especially through the ocarina. In Ocarina of Time, Link uses the ocarina to summon rain, change the time of day, and even travel through time. The use of music as a tool in the game underscores its importance as a form of magic and connection. The ocarina's melodies are not just pieces of music, but keys to unlocking the mysteries of Hyrule, showing that music has the power to shape the world and transcend time. Fact 130: in The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, the game introduces the concept of elemental forces, such as fire, electricity, and ice, that players can use to their advantage. These forces can be harnessed in combat or exploration, allowing Link to manipulate the environment to solve puzzles and defeat enemies. The elemental interactions add a layer of strategy and creativity, encouraging players to experiment with the world around them. These forces represent the natural powers of the world, suggesting that true mastery comes from understanding and working with the elements rather than controlling them. Fact 131: the character of Link is often seen as the embodiment of the hero's journey, a theme explored throughout the Zelda series. In every game, Link is called to adventure, tasked with defeating evil and guided by wisdom. His evolution from a young boy to a capable hero mirrors the journey of self discovery and personal growth. Link's quiet resilience and unwavering determination remind players that heroism is not always about grand actions, but the courage to face the unknown, learn from challenges, and rise again after each fall. Fact 132: the Zelda series has featured many different villains, but none are as iconic as Ganondorf. His quest for the Triforce has driven the conflict in many of the games. Ganondorf, though often perceived as purely evil, is also a tragic figure, driven by a sense of injustice and a deep desire for power. His character explores the consequences of ambition unchecked by wisdom or compassion. Ganondorf's presence in the series reminds players that darkness is often rooted in a deeper emotional need, making his defeat all the more poignant. Fact 133: in The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker, the story takes place on a vast, flooded Hyrule, where Link explores the Great Sea in search of the pieces of the Triforce. The flooded world creates a sense of isolation and mystery, with Link sailing across the sea, uncovering hidden islands and discovering ancient secrets. This setting emphasizes the idea of reclaiming the past, as Link journeys to uncover the lost history of Hyrule and restore balance to a world forever altered by time and the Flood. Fact 134: the Zelda series often focuses on the relationship between light and dark, with characters and worlds representing both sides of the spectrum. In Twilight Princess, the balance between the light of Hyrule and the darkness of the Twilight Realm is at the heart of the story. The game explores themes of duality, with Link navigating both the light and dark worlds to restore harmony. This theme of balance serves as a reminder that both light and dark are necessary for growth and understanding, and that true strength lies in embracing both. Fact 135: the Zelda series is known for its sense of adventure, but it is also filled with emotional moments that deepen the narrative. In Ocarina of Time, the moment when Link is forced to part from his childhood and enter adulthood is a powerful and emotional turning point. This rite of passage is marked by both loss and growth, as Link must leave behind his innocent past to take on the responsibilities of a hero. This emotional depth gives the games an added layer of meaning as players connect with Link's journey of personal transformation. Fact 136: the music in the Zelda series is one of its most iconic elements, with each game featuring memorable tracks that capture the essence of the world. In Breath of the Wild, the minimalistic piano soundtrack complements the game's vast, open world, creating a peaceful and contemplative atmosphere. The lack of a full orchestral score adds to the sense of solitude and introspection, allowing players to immerse themselves in the world of Hyrule without distraction. The music, though subtle, enhances the emotional impact of each moment, drawing players deeper into the experience. Fact 137. In The Legend of Zelda, Majora's Mask, the moon's impending collision with the world creates a sense of urgency and dread. Players are tasked with stopping the moon's descent, but the repeating 3 day cycle forces them to relive the same moments, attempting different solutions each time. This time, Loop Mechanic emphasizes the transient nature of life and the need to make every moment count. It's a game that encourages reflection, as players are reminded that no matter how many chances we get, time is precious and can never be reclaimed. Fact 138. The Zelda series is filled with symbolism, much of it rooted in mythology and folklore. The Triforce, representing power, wisdom, and courage, is a central symbol that ties together the entire series. These three forces are embodied by the main characters, Link, Zelda, and Ganondorf, and represent the balance between light and dark, good and evil. The Triforce symbolizes the idea that true strength lies not just in power, but in wisdom and courage, and that balance between these forces is essential to maintaining peace in the world. Fact 139. The Zelda series has a long history of world building, with each game adding new layers to the lore of Hyrule. The gods and goddesses who created the world, the ancient tribes, and the various magical artifacts all contribute to the rich history that unfolds with each installment. These details make the world feel alive and layered, as if Hyrule is a living, breathing place with a deep and storied past. Each game in the series builds upon this history, adding new details and expanding the world's complexity. Fact 140. The Zelda series has had a profound impact on the world of gaming, influencing countless other games and franchises. Its use of exploration, puzzle solving, and combat has set the standard for many action adventure games. The themes of heroism, destiny, and the eternal struggle between light and dark have resonated with players for decades. The Zelda series continues to inspire and captivate audiences, reminding players of the power of adventure, the importance of self-discovery, and the timeless appeal of a world filled with magic, mystery, and wonder. Thank you for drifting through the world of The Legend of Zelda tonight. May these quiet reflections on adventure, heroism, and the balance between light and dark guide your dreams. As you rest, may the melodies of Hyrule stay with you, wrapping you in warmth and peace. Good night, dear friend. May your dreams be as peaceful as the quiet winds that blow across the great sea.